As you guys know, I seldom share other people's videos in my own channel, but this is one video which I find very meaningful. Let's check it out.
Here's some things that I think that action figure collectors just need to accept. Number one, it doesn't matter if you had it OG. No one cares. I didn't get this Mafex Hush Superman until like the second reissue. And guess what? It's the exact same figure as the very first release. No differences. And having something first doesn't make you better than anyone else.
Okay, so for this first point, I do have my own guilt because I do feel that the first one is always like, the holy grail if there's a lot of reissue. But there are times that I feel that the reissue is even better than the original ones. So sooner or later, I just find that it's actually quite the same, except for maybe a few improvement on the newer ones. But irregardless, they are all the same.
Number two, there is nothing wrong with owning bootleg action figures. Don't let people talk down to you and bully you because you have bootleg action figures. If that's your budget, that's fine. Or maybe you don't want to spend $200 on an action figure. I get it. I own a few bootlegs myself. I do understand that to a point it is stealing art. These bootleg companies use stolen molds and they take people's art, and the people that originally created it don't get paid for it. But if we're going to play that game, I better not see you guys watching MCU movies or watching their TV shows, because you would be surprised to find out that a lot of the artists and comic book creators that created these characters don't get any kind of compensation whenever Disney Films uses them for movies. So let's call a spade a spade.
Okay, this is another one which I have thought about. I mean, I'm guilty again because I do feel bad about owning bootlegs. That was before City Toys comes along. So once I have City Toys, I do feel bad when I first bought my very first City Toys. But sooner or later, I just feels like, I'm not stealing, I actually pay for it. Yeah, it's not really recommended to, get everyone to buy bootlegs. But eventually, I think there's a buyer, there's a seller, it's a fair market kind of things. So I think that it's still okay to own a few bootlegs, maybe.
Number three, you don't need to be a fan of something to own action figures of that property. I own like 8 Naruto figures, and I don't care about Naruto. It does help that I got the action figures on sale, but that's beside the point. So I don't want to see your comments on other videos saying, bro, don't even read Spider-Man comics. It doesn't matter if they read comics or not. If they like the action figure, they like the action figure.
Okay, so for this one, I kind of disagree with him because at least for myself, I do need to know that person that I'm collecting, that characters. If I don't watch Naruto, I wouldn't even buy one, no matter how good they look or no matter how cheap it is. Yeah, to each their own. If you really like their figure and you don't mind who the character is, yes, what he say is correct. But for me, myself, my principle, I think that I really need to know the characters before I have him in my collections.
Number four, there isn't anything wrong with people that buy Funko Pops. Don't get high and mighty on people. I just bought this one last week. If you got a problem with what somebody collects, keep your mouth shut. It's pretty easy.
Okay, so once again, I'm pretty guilty about this one because somehow I just doesn't feel like there's a real collectibles. But eventually, as I grew, as I get into in this hobby longer time, I do feel that everyone can collect anything. Yeah, I mean, Funko Pop is still a sort of collectibles. I do have friends who just collect the blind box kind of thing, those cute one that you buy and you don't know what you're getting. Yeah, those is also a kind of collectible, a kind of hobby. So we shouldn't discriminate whoever who is not collecting Mafex or SH figures or Mesco or Marvel Legends. They are still a collector like us. So let's just respect each other.
Number five, more expensive doesn't always mean better. Bro, I can't tell you how many amazing Yamaguchi figures I've gotten, and the QC was completely garbage right out of the box, to the point to where I'm almost done with Yamaguchi figures in general because I'm sick of paying $80 to $100 for them and the legs being loose every time I open the box. So don't let people pressure you into buying expensive stuff just because it looks cool, because some of that stuff that looks really cool is kind of garbage.
Okay, so you guys know what he's saying is right. The more expensive doesn't mean that it is the best one yet. Yeah, I mean like Mesco, take Mesco for example. Mesco is, I think, is the most expensive when you compare with SH figures, Mafex, Marvel Legends, maybe even the amazing Yamaguchi. Yeah, but I don't think they are the best. I mean, sometimes I think Marvel Legends being the most affordable one is even better than the rest of the brands. Yeah, it really depends on which character, which figure. That's how I look at it. I don't look at the brands. I don't see Mesco being the most expensive is always the best. I don't see Mayvex being the best. There are times that Marvel Legends being the cheapest is even better in terms of the overall load, the articulations as compared to Mayvex or SH figures. Yeah, there are times like that. So it really depends on that figure itself. Yeah, not on the price.
And last but not least, number 6, people, it's okay to keep your figures in the box. I ain't got the shelf space to keep all those outside of their box. Why would I want to? The boxes are pretty. If I want to mess with the action figure, I go get it out of the box, mess with it, put it back in the box. I've been in a lot of comment sections where I've seen people tell others that they're not real collectors because they keep their stuff in the box. That's just not true. Just remember, everyone's in this hobby for different reasons. Some people collect nostalgically, some people just think action figures are cool like myself, and some people just like to spend their money on stupid crap. Regardless of why you're here, be nice to each other, and if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That concludes this Yap session. Plastic and Pages, I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, so once again, for this last point, I'm guilty as well because I always think that those who just collects and don't take it out at all, they just keep it mint, it's not a real collector because they are just buying for the value of the figures that they can sell it at higher price in the future. So I always find those scalpers, they don't really have the passion or the love for the figure itself. But what he say is correct because he does say that he did bring it out and play, and then he just don't have the space to display, and then he keep it back. That's totally fine. I mean, I do understand space is a luxury. Not everyone have the space to display everything. So these are the things that I do find very informative to share with all of you guys who are watching. I believe you are collectors, otherwise you won't be watching my video. So these are some really good ethic, very good manners that we must have respect for each of us as a collectors. Like what he said, if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything. This is the main reason why I'm sharing this video, because I do think that these are the things that we really need to accept as a collectors. Yeah, because all of us are different, we have different passion, we have different interests. So don't look down on others who are just collecting cheaper collectibles. They are still a collector just like us. So I do hope that you enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys again in my next video.